Good morning, guys, and happy Wednesday, and I hope you guys are all having a great week. Now, something happened recently that has improved my quality of life, and over the past 2 years, COVID has drastically changed life for so many people in so many different ways. And as it was kind of dwindled off, we've seen these lingering effects still hanging on and shifting what normal looks like for all of us. One thing that is totally a first world problem for us is seating at restaurants. And I learned this past week that the indoor seating for Chick-fil-A has finally reopened on Victory Drive. Now, I wasn't sure it was ever going to happen, but as I was sitting at the pickup trailer this past week waiting for my order, I saw people coming out of the building that weren't Chick-fil-A staff. And the lady in the trailer told another customer that the dining room was open, that if they wanted to go and order there and sit down, they could do that. And guys, I immediately started texting my entire family with that wonderful piece of news. I know it's a small win, but guys, we take the wins where we can get them, right? My attitude and my joy in that moment reminded me of a verse from Psalm 100. Psalm 100 is all about thanksgiving. You will probably recognize Psalm 104 where it says this: enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. Now, I'm not suggesting by any measure that entering into the dining room of Chick-fil-A is anything like entering into God's presence. But I was so thankful to be able to sit down and eat a meal, something that I had taken for granted for so many years before COVID had to come in and opened our eyes to how good we had it before. But the psalmist was talking about a totally different level of thankfulness. It's so amazing that a broken creation like me can come into the presence of a holy God, our Creator. We don't deserve that right by any stretch, but Jesus gives us the chance to come into God's presence with thankfulness and with praise, like we read in Psalm. But I think we oftentimes miss what thankfulness really looks like. I was thankful that the dining room was open back up at a fast food chain. But guys, that's a pretty superficial thankfulness. I think we really understand thankfulness in the tough seasons of life. It's easy to be thankful when things are going well. But can we still find things to be thankful for and thank God for when the dark clouds are all around us? Now, Adrian and I have been sharing a car together for over a month and a half while we wait on the dealership to get the parts in to repair the car, her car that we bought for like less than 9 months ago from that same dealership. And that's not a good feeling. It's not a happy season for us right now. It's been a nightmare, honestly, trying to coordinate work schedules and kids' schedules. And we have two very active kids right now in the middle of their own soccer seasons. It's been rough. But even in that bad season of life, we are still thankful that my truck is still kicking and getting us where we need to go, right? It's not ideal, no, but God still provides. Even when we're in a bad season of life, we can still be thankful for his provision, for his presence in our lives, and for his forgiveness through Jesus. Guys, we aren't promised health, wealth, and prosperity like some people say. Jesus tells us that in John 16:33. He says, I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Even in those trials, those tribulations, those rotten seasons, we still have the promise that God will never leave us, never forsake us, and we find it all over Scripture, that exact phrase. But perhaps one of my favorite places to read it is actually in Hebrews 13:5, where it says, keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So we can confidently say, the Lord is my helper, I will not fear. What can man do to me? So guys, be thankful this week in the good and the bad and all the in-between. God has a purpose and a plan in it all, and he's with us through it all. And if you see me sitting down to enjoy a #1 combo with some pepper jack cheese and a large sweet tea, guys, just give me a wave at Chick-fil-A and just know that we have so much to be thankful for in this life. Guys, we'll see you all real soon.